Part 1. The Hidden Power of Unexpected Paths. Imagine learning the most valuable lessons of a lifetime in just a few minutes. Steve Jobs once shared a simple idea. Life rarely makes sense while you're living it. The experiences that seem random, painful, or even pointless today often become the foundation of your future success. When he was young, Jobs made a decision that terrified everyone around him. He left college. To many people, it looked like failure. But what appeared to be a mistake eventually opened doors he never knew existed. The truth is, life isn't a straight road. It's a collection of scattered moments, and only years later do those moments connect into a meaningful story. Sometimes the detour is actually the destination. Part 2. Following curiosity instead of fear. After leaving college, Steve Jobs had no clear plan. No degree, no certainty, no roadmap. But he had curiosity. Without the pressure of mandatory classes, he began exploring subjects that genuinely interested him. One of those subjects was calligraphy, the art of beautiful lettering. At the time, it seemed completely useless. There were no obvious career opportunities waiting for him. Yet he followed his interest anyway. Years later, when creating the first Macintosh computer, that knowledge helped shape the beautiful typography that changed personal computing forever. What others call a waste of time may become your greatest advantage tomorrow. Part 3. Trust the dots before they connect. One of Jobs' greatest lessons was simple. You cannot connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backward. Most people want guarantees before taking action. They want certainty before making a decision. But life doesn't work that way. The opportunities, relationships, failures, and risks you're experiencing right now may seem unrelated. Yet years from now, you'll look back and realize they were all pieces of the same puzzle. Faith isn't believing that everything will go perfectly. Faith is believing that today's confusion will eventually make sense. Part 4. Building a dream from nothing. At just 20 years old, Steve Jobs and his friend Steve Wozniak started a company inside a small garage. They didn't have unlimited resources, fancy offices, or a guaranteed future. What they had was belief. Day after day, they worked tirelessly to turn their vision into reality. That tiny garage project eventually became Apple, one of the most influential companies in the world. But success wasn't created by luck. It came from passion. Jobs wasn't simply building computers. He was building something he truly cared about. When you love what you do, hard work feels different. Challenges become opportunities. Obstacles become lessons. The biggest achievements often begin in the smallest places. Never underestimate the power of a dream that is backed by relentless effort and genuine passion.
Part 5. The day everything fell apart. Success can make you feel unstoppable, but life has a way of testing even the strongest people. At 30 years old, Steve Jobs experienced something unimaginable. He was fired from Apple, the very company he had created. His dreams seemed shattered overnight. The company he built no longer wanted him. He felt embarrassed, disappointed, and completely lost. For months, he struggled to understand what had happened. But looking back, Jobs realized something important. Losing his position didn't destroy his passion. It only removed the comfort that success had created. Sometimes life takes away what you're holding on to so you can discover who you really are. Failure is painful, but it can also become the beginning of an even greater chapter.
Part 6. The gift hidden inside failure. After leaving Apple, Steve Jobs could have given up. Instead, he chose to begin again. He launched a new company called Next. He invested in a small animation studio called Pixar. Around the same time, he met the woman who would become his wife. These years became some of the most creative and meaningful years of his life. Pixar went on to create groundbreaking films that changed animation forever. Next develops technologies that would later help Apple thrive when Jobs eventually returned. What once felt like a devastating setback became a blessing in disguise. Many people see closed doors as signs to stop. But sometimes a closed door is simply directing you toward a better path. Never assume that a setback means your story is over. Part 7. Learning from mortality. One day, Steve Jobs received shocking news. Doctors discovered a tumor and believed he had only a limited time left to live. Suddenly, everything became clear. The fears that normally control people, failure, embarrassment, rejection, and criticism, seemed insignificant compared to the reality of mortality. Jobs realized that life is too short to waste living according to someone else's expectations. Every morning, he would ask himself a powerful question. If today were the last day of my life, would I still choose to do what I'm about to do? It's a question that forces honesty. When you remember that your time is limited, you stop postponing your dreams and start focusing on what truly matters. Part 8. Stay hungry, stay foolish. As Steve Jobs concluded his famous speech, he shared a message that became legendary. Stay hungry, stay foolish. To stay hungry means never stop learning, growing, and chasing new possibilities. Never become too comfortable with what you already know. To stay foolish means having the courage to try things that others think are impossible. It means being willing to take risks, make mistakes, and follow your own path. The world will always try to tell you who you should become, but your heart already knows. Trust your curiosity, trust your instincts, trust your journey. Your time is limited, your potential is unlimited, and your future is still unwritten. Keep moving forward, stay hungry, stay foolish. Part 9. The lessons that matter most. After hearing Steve Jobs' journey, one thing becomes clear. Success is not about money, it's not about fame, and it's not about becoming better than everyone else. Success is about becoming the person you were meant to be. Life will test you. Some people will doubt you. Some opportunities will disappear. And sometimes you will feel completely lost. But remember this, every great story includes moments of uncertainty. The people who achieve extraordinary things are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who keep moving forward despite failure. Don't be afraid to start small. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to follow a different path. Most people spend their lives waiting for the perfect moment, but the perfect moment never arrives. Start now. Learn now. Build now. Trust yourself enough to take the first step, even when you can't see the entire staircase. One day, the struggles you're facing today will become the lessons that inspire someone else. Your future is being created by the choices you make right now. So dream bigger, work harder, stay curious, stay courageous, and most importantly, never stop becoming the best version of yourself.